Hey, what is going on, everyone? It's Anne-Marie from Supreme Guru Tech, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to use the drawing tool on Google Docs. So if you have never heard of it before, this is a good starting place for you. If you have heard of it before and you're not quite sure on how to use it, then this should also be beneficial for you. So I'm going to show you a few ways on how to use the drawing tool in Google Docs. So I'm going to show you first and foremost how to add things like a signature to a letter or a document, stuff like that. Then I'm also going to show you if you're using it for maybe school projects and you want to add certain things in Google Docs, like maybe arrows. It's a good tool to use and not many people know how to use it properly. So this is going to be an in-depth tutorial on the drawing tool with Google Docs. So let's start. You can see here I have got just a template of a letter in front of me here. And I'm going to show you then how to add in a signature by using the drawing tool. So the first thing that you want to do is go to the insert option at the top here, and you can see there is an option here for drawing. Let's tap on that and tap on new. So we'll give that a second to load. Now this is the box that you get for drawing different things within Google Docs. So if we're wanting to do a signature, the first thing you want to do is you want to go to where it says this select line option, and you want to go to a scribble. This is the option that you want to use if you're wanting to use a signature or sign your name. So we'll tap on scribble. So what we're going to do is attempt to do a signature while on a trackpad. I'm not using a mouse here, so you can see that it's very messy. Okay, so that's just an example. Now if I wanted to maybe try and tidy this up a bit more, there's a few things that you can do. So in here where it says actions, tap on this and you can go right down to where it says guides. Now if I tap on show guides, you can see that brings up different boxes here. So if you're just wanting to make your signature a bit neater and get to stay within the certain box that you've got here, then you can do that. You can also go back into guides and you can add a vertical line. Okay, so if I wanted to maybe move this line, you need to make sure that you've got yourself selected on your cursor, the little arrow here, and I can move that about. So say for example I wanted to put my signature into this box, but I also wanted to bring in another horizontal line so I can make it a little neater. Again, just make sure that you're selected on the arrow so that you can actually move this particular one. Okay, so here then I can try and stick my signature into here and attempt to make it a bit neater. I can't promise that it is going to be a bit neater because I'm not using a mouse. Okay, and then if I just want to put a little dot there, oh my goodness, that was bad. So if you make a mistake, you see these little arrows that I'm hovering over here. So you can undo that mistake just by tapping that, and you can attempt to do that again. And that's a bit better. Okay, so that's how you make it a bit neater. Another thing that you can do within the scribble option is you can change the color of it. So say for example I wanted to sign in red for some strange reason, you could attempt to do that and you can see that's red. You could also adjust the line weight, so you can see once I adjust that it makes the lines a bit thicker, or you can bring that down quite a bit, and then you can do like a line dash if you really wanted to do that for some strange reason, or just dots like that. So whenever you've got the proper signature that you want, you can obviously hit the save and close. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to take all these previous ones out. I'm going to make sure that I have got the scribble option on, and we're going to attempt to keep the signature within this box. And I'm just going to add a little thing there. And now we're going to save and close that and add it in to our letter. So you can see here I've got the signature here. So if I want to move it about, if I click off of the signature and click back onto it, you can see it brings up this box with a few other little boxes around it. If I wanted to resize the box, if I wanted to make it smaller or bigger, I could do so by pinching in any of the corners. So you can see here I can bring that right down. The reason you select the corners is to keep this signature in proportion. If I was to widen the box, you can see that obviously widens the signature. Now again, if you do this by mistake, you can hit the undo button and bring it back to its original form. And then if I wanted to move it, I basically just hold down on my mouse and start to drag this down. So I'm dragging down towards here, and you can see then that brings the signature down here. So that's the first example. So if you're doing something like a project for space or anything like that there, then what we're going to do is we're going to go into the new drawing option. I'm just going to show you a few ways that you can use this. So what we're going to do is select an image, and we're just going to search Google for planet Earth. Okay, so we'll click on planet Earth here, and we will select this, and this will add it into the drawing. So now we want to point to planet Earth, and say for example we wanted to point to a particular part of this map, this globe that we have here. What we can do is select our line. So say for example I wanted to do a little arrow point, and I wanted to point it to right here. Then I can drag out my arrow. Okay, so you can see now my pointer is first and foremost pointed in the wrong direction. So if I've got the arrow pointed the wrong way, then what we can do is remove this and click on the arrow again. And what we're wanting to do, say for example we're wanting to point into here, you need to make sure that whenever you're drawing the arrow, that you're pointing in the direction of where you want to go to. So you see that's pointing there. But if I wanted to point in the direction of going outside of the globe, then I would point out this direction and I would finish up out here. So you want to change the color of the arrow so it stands out just by tapping on the little pencil and selecting maybe the red arrow. And we'll also change the color of this. Let's give this maybe a green color. But again, you can see that it's still quite hard to see that arrow. So we're going to adjust the thickness of the arrow just by tapping on the little line weight here. And you can see that makes a difference. Another thing you can do is you can add in text if you wanted to. So I could like add in a text here saying planet Earth. And again, because that's probably in black there, yeah, you can see that's in black. And if I select this little option here, the little 3 dots in the corner, you can see I can change the text color. So first of all, you need to make sure that you're highlighted over the text. So I'm just highlighting here. We're going to click on the 3 dots and we're going to select the red color. And now we can adjust this. We can move this about just by grabbing hold of the box, and I can stick that just in the right direction of where you're wanting to put that. So if I save and close this, it should add this into the Google Docs here. You can see there. So that's just another example of how to use the Google Drawing. Say for example I wanted to change this arrow to maybe something a little different. I can go back into the edit option here, and I can select this arrow and then I can click on the line end. This will give me the option to select a different end. So for example, if I wanted to make it a pinpoint, I could do that. And if I wanted to change the end of this arrow and make it slightly different, I could also do that too. There are a few different options here. So you've got just a standard line. What you could do, you can do a little elbow connector. So if I do this, you can see it's a slightly different drawing. A curved connector. Again, you can adjust the line weight of it and also the color of it. You can also select different shapes. So you've got different forms of arrows that you could use. You could do a little call out. So hopefully this video helped you guys understand the drawing tool within Google Docs a little better. If you guys found this video helpful in any way, be sound and give it a thumbs up. If you do want to see more videos like this, then why not subscribe to my channel? You guys have been watching and listening to Anne-Marie from Supreme Guru Tech.